Now we shall see the representation of the periodic function. A periodic function is better represented mathematically by equation ft is equals to ft plus t. Here t is the time period. For example, sine theta is a periodic function. Sir, how you know? Sir, we have already seen the plot of sine theta, which is like this. Sir, cos theta is also periodic because we have seen cos starts from 1 goes to 0 like this. Cos is also periodic. There was one scientist called Fourier who told that any periodic function can be expressed as a combination or a superposition. Superposition means addition. Combination of sine and cosine functions. Sine and cosine functions of different time periods. With suitable coefficients. You have to mention in your notes what are the points you have to mention is basically what is a periodic motion and what is the mathematical equation of periodic motion, this, and sine waveform, cosine waveform. If we are having any periodic function, then we can represent that periodic function as a combination of sine and cosine functions. It was given by the scientist called Fourier. Now in some of the basic questions can come that if there are two combinations, sine and cos combinations, then if it is periodic or not. So we can easily find that. Now let us come what is SHM, simple harmonic motion. The SHM is a special kind of a oscillatory motion. It is a special kind of oscillatory motion, and basically, first of all, let me explain you that I told you that if you are having a spring and it is connected with block of mass m and someone pulls the block here, then what happens? It is the F applied and it is the F restoring. What will happen? The box will go there on the right, but it will come back towards the left. Okay, so due to inertia, you have studied that the box will continue to move and will compress the spring. The compressed spring will then push the box towards right, and the box will move to and fro about the mean position. This box is said to be in oscillatory motion. Now, so what is SHM? Dear students, the SHM is a oscillatory motion. The SHM is a oscillatory motion where the acceleration or the force acting on the particle is directly proportional to negative of the displacement. This is the definition of SHM. And SHM, simple harmonic motion, is a type of oscillatory motion in which object moves to and fro about a mean position, and the necessary condition for an object to be in SHM is the force or the acceleration acting on the object is directly proportional to the negative of the displacement. The similar case you have seen in this system, because here if the mass goes here in the positive x direction, the box will experience a force in this negative x direction and vice versa. Dear students, if you try to solve these equations, because A is represented as dv upon dt, and dv upon dt you can write as ddt of dx upon dt. So double derivative of it becomes d square x upon dt square, and here if I write here k sine, if I multiply by k, then it becomes kx, and you just take k towards it, then just please don't pay attention here. Okay, then what happens, you solve this equation, so you will get simply a sinusoidal equation. So actually we are not saying that that any sine function is used to represent a SHM. Basically the necessary condition of SHM is oscillatory motion, means to and fro motion, and first is oscillatory condition, and second one is the force acting on the object should be proportional to negative of displacement. These are the two necessary conditions for an object to be in SHM. But when we solved this equation, then we got the solution in terms of any constant a multiplied by in the sine omega t plus phi. We got this solution. It's not y, a it is equals to x is equals to a. Okay, so x is the displacement at a particular time. So we can say SHM can be represented by a sinusoidal function of time. Here I have written, you can please see here. In SHM, the displacement is a sinusoidal function of time, or you can say a simple harmonic motion. An object is in simple harmonic motion, then the displacement x from the origin can be represented by sinusoidal function of time, which is given by xt is equals to a cos or a sine omega t plus phi, where a is the amplitude maximum displacement, omega is the angular frequency, and omega t plus phi whole is called a phase, which describes the state of motion. And one more thing here you can write, phi is the phase constant. Okay, now we should go ahead. The next topic is SHM and uniform circular motion. Dear students, an object in circular motion and is there. For example, if it is a circular path and a boy is running on this circular path and he is told that this is the y-axis and you carry a torch with you and you have to just send a light and just throw a light on the y-axis diameter. Then when it comes here, the light falls here. Actually what we are going to study, we are going to connect these two topics. If an object is in UCM, then we can relate this UCM as SHM. UCM is different than SHM. UCM means a motion on a circular path. SHM means to and fro about a mean position. This is mean position. The object goes up and the object goes down away from the mean position. But here we are adopting one logic. Using that logic, I will map UCM into SHM. You can say mapping means conversion or representation of UCM into SHM by using one logic. What is that logic? Now let us see. The torch light will fall here if a boy is moving carrying a torch in his hand and he is moving on a circular path and he is told to fall the torch light on y-axis. Then what is there? The torch will fall here. When the person comes here, the torch light will fall here. When the person goes here, the torch light will be here. When the person comes here, the torch light will here. When the person comes here, the torch light will fall here. Dear students, if I told you to see the torch light, then torch light goes up and down. Finally when the person comes here, then when the person reaches here, the torch light falls here. Dear students, the observation is that it is the mean position. The torchlight goes up, the torchlight goes down, the torchlight goes up, and the torchlight goes down. It keeps on doing so. It is said to be in uniform circular motion. You have to write in your notes that the projection of UCM on the diameter of a circle follows SHM. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So let me write here, and you have to you can draw a figure, just I have drawn, but you have to write in your notebook the projection of UCM, the projection of UCM on a diameter of the circle follows SHM. I hope this is clear to you. Dear students, if I want to know the position, then I can also find out very easily. Let us suppose this is the circular path, and let us suppose the point, this is my point P wherein the object is supposed to find. Okay, this is point P. Let me mark it as the horizontal line as the x-axis. Let me mark this vertical line as the y-axis, and here is the origin, and let us suppose this point is P. So what is the position of an object? If you join this line from O, you can say this is the radius of the circle, and I say it is A, any variable A, which is because A, radius A is the maximum. Dear students, what is my aim? मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पर? ये पर्सन यहाँ पर है. अगर इफ़ आई वॉन्ट टू ड्रॉ अ प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ दिस पॉइंट P, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ P निकालूँ. तो इस P का प्रोजेक्शन वी कैन फाइंड आउट ऑन वाई एक्सिस ऑल्सो, एंड वी कैन फाइंड आउट ऑन एक्स एक्सिस ऑल्सो. सबसे पहले मैं P का प्रोजेक्शन एक्स एक्सिस पर लेता हूँ. व्हेन आई टेक द प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ P ऑन एक्स एक्सिस, ये यहाँ पर होगा. व्हेन पर्सन P इस Q पॉइंट पर पहुँचेगा, तब इसका प्रोजेक्शन यहाँ पर होगा. जब ये पर्सन आगे जाएगा तो प्रोजेक्शन यहाँ होगा, यहाँ होगा, यहाँ होगा. प्रोजेक्शन आगे पीछे ओ के अबाउट मूव होता रहेगा. तो व्हाट इज़ माय टारगेट कि सर जो P पॉइंट है इनिशियली बिगिनिंग में कहीं मूव नहीं हो रहा है अभी, तो ये कितना दूर है पॉइंट? x दूर है. सर ये फिक्स्ड नहीं है, तो इसको टाइम के साथ आपने रिलेट कर दिया. इट इज़ अ फंक्शन ऑफ टाइम, क्योंकि कभी ये पॉइंट यहाँ पर है, जब कभी यहाँ होगा, कभी यहाँ होगा, कभी आगे, कभी पीछे, एंड इट गोज़ ऑन. और जब व्हेन P पॉइंट इज एट दिस प्लेस exactly on the y-axis top middle, then what will happen? The projection is at origin. So projection is not fixed. We can say the projection is changing with time. Hence, I am representing it by xt. Dear students, if this is theta angle, and let us suppose this is theta, and sir, you have already taught us that angle is equals to arc upon radius. It's not there. Distance is equals to speed into time. Theta is equals to omega into t. So I can write in place of theta as omega t. Sir, what is this omega? Actually, if you assume that the boy was not at this point P, let us suppose the boy is at point O dash. I am marking it as O dash. Then going from O dash to P, he take time with speed omega. So distance traveled is theta is equals to omega t. I hope it is clear to you. So yes, now let us come back to the topic. If I say you, what is the projection of point P on x-axis? You will say, sir, xt is the projection. Okay. Sir, what is sine omega t and what is cos omega t? Means cos theta is based upon hypotenuse. So on the base we are having xt, and on the hypotenuse we are having maximum displacement which is possible, और इससे ज़्यादा possible तो हो नहीं सकती. तो मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ कि xt is equals to a cos omega t. Dear students, this is the representation of what? It is the mathematical representation of the projection of point P on x-axis. Now see, here मैंने यहाँ पे एज्यूम कर लिया था कि ये ऑब्जेक्ट बिगिनिंग से यहाँ से P पॉइंट पर गया है t टाइम में, ओमेगा की एंगुलर स्पीड थी, तो एंगल इज इक्वल्स टू डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल्स टू स्पीड इनटू टाइम, यहाँ से ये निकल जाएगा, राइट। सो अगर मान लीजिए सपोज वो पर्सन ऑलरेडी किसी डिस्टेंस पर यहाँ ओरिजिन पे ना होके, मतलब यहाँ इस पॉइंट पे ना होके वो ऑलरेडी थोड़ा पॉइंट पे दूर होता, तो आप लोग क्या करते हैं? मान लीजिए वो 5 डिग्री 5 और एडवांस होता, तो व्हाट आई विल डू, मैं यहाँ पे 5 को भी ऐड कर लेता पहले से ही, तो एक्सप्रेशन बन जाता a sin ओमेगा टी प्लस 5, ओके, और a cos ओमेगा टी प्लस 5। सर ये sin ओमेगा टी या cos ओमेगा टी कैसे आ रहा है? डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आप x एक्सिस पर प्रोजेक्शन निकालते हो तो cos आएगा, और y एक्सिस पर प्रोजेक्शन निकालते